Hey, all you out there in YouTube land. You know, this is a topic: global warming, climate change. This is a topic I feel very strongly about. Okay, I am blown away by um, all of the arguments that happen. Um, these guys are making the claim that carbon dioxide is the contributing factor for global warming. It's not. Wait, let me repeat that. It's not. Alright? There are other factors that, when scientists are asked how to rate things, they're also asked to ignore certain huge, huge aspects of the atmosphere and our solar system, and to focus on what the human impact is. Okay? There is no denying that humans create carbon dioxide. Wait for it, wait for it. You're gonna tax me on that. Really? Wait, hold on. I'll breathe deep. Okay? That's ridiculous. Carbon dioxide is one of the fundamental, it's not an element, but one of the fundamental chemicals that helps create life on this planet. Whether it be aquatic plants or land-based plants, it helps create life. That's just a fact. You cannot ignore it. You can't. Alright? There's way too much biology that backs that. Alright? Secondly, the most important aspects that get ignored on a daily basis, an hourly, minute to minute basis, is the fact that the sun is always shining somewhere on the earth. Right? I mean, it is. We rotate, but the sun is always shining directly on us. Here on this sphere that is circling it. Okay? The surface is comprised, 70% of the surface is water. It may be salt water, and some of it's fresh water, and some of it's ice. Okay? The sun is shining on it. If you do not believe or do not understand that the single biggest, by far biggest, greenhouse gas that exists is water vapor, the hydrogen monoxide, in a vaporized form. That's a fact. Would you like another fact? This has happened, at least as far as the best scientists that have traveled to Antarctica have understood. This has happened at least 60 times throughout the history of the planet, without the benefit of blaming humans with carbon dioxide. During the Pleistocene era alone, carbon dioxide levels were much higher. And there was a lot less ice on the planet too. A lot less. How did they fix that? Did they fix that with taxes? Did the dinosaurs tax each other out of existence? Hell no, they didn't. Come on. Be more intelligent than this. Alright? These cycles occur. And it's a perpetuating cycle. We don't have any control over it. Alright? In fact, I'm going to break it down to the best of my estimation of what I understand about science and biology and physics in simplistic terms so that everyone can understand what I'm trying to say. But these cycles, they happen, okay? The sun shines on the earth and it cooks a certain amount of water. That water vapor goes into the atmosphere. Some of it turns into clouds. Some of it doesn't. Alright? It traps heat, which cooks more of the ocean. And some can argue, and on a lesser scale, yes, carbon dioxide does also. But there's a separate aspect that occurs right there with both water vapor and carbon dioxide and methane and all these gases, okay? A certain aspect of sunlight is reflected away. And that's one of the things that people don't want to take into consideration either, is that it gets reflected away. The second thing is, this cycle has occurred, as far as we can tell, more than 60 times throughout millions of years. Okay? The perpetuating cycle of water vapor, sunlight, trapped heat, water vapor, trapped heat. It is a cycle in and of itself that can't be changed. Alright? My best guess, and this is my personal guess, after taking all these things into consideration that I've seen and tried to study, is that we get to a point several hundred years down the road from where we're at right now, at the very least, let's say 100, let's say 100 years, a century, okay? That the polar ice caps have more or less melted. That mass being in a fluid motion throws our wobble off, as far as the planetary wobble for summer and winter, which we can already see to a certain degree. But it's very arrogant to think that we are the ones causing it. It is the sun shining on us. Okay? Have I lost you yet? That wobble increases to a point where extremities occur. And then a refreezing occurs. And this is over a long period of time. This isn't over a short period of time. Human life is such a short span of this whole big cycle that's been occurring for millions of years. It's hard to try and say, hey, you know what? We're so bad. We are so bad that we have caused this. It is unfathomable to me how people come to this conclusion, especially when history and our best understanding of history and study of science tells us otherwise. When you take and pick certain little aspects and say, oh yes, we're creating carbon dioxide, we are ruining the world. You know what? We can't ruin the world. Even if, and this is a worst case scenario, but even if we set off every single nuclear device that man has created thus far, given enough time, this world will come back. Are you just... Don't fool yourself. This is not the issue. We're all being taken as fools. I just don't believe it. Do some research. Don't blindly follow people. If you don't believe what I'm talking about, look into it. You'll see. That's it. You guys have a good evening.